The Asyst Touch has some advanced features we're going to take a look at today. So what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be using this row column scanning method and this blue bracket switch to select items. You can use direct selection, obviously. We're going to take a look at options on the right hand side there. We're going to dig a little deeper into what some of these options are. Volume control, if I click on that, it allows me to control the volume of the Asyst software. If I wanted to change the bouncing box speed with which it bounces, I could click on the bouncing box speed menu, and we see here I can make it a little faster or a lot slower. This is the number of milliseconds in between bounces. So the bigger the number, the slower it goes. So I can tweak it this way, and I'm going to hit return to go back. So that's how we adjust the speed with which the bouncing box moves. Now we're going to take a look at preferences. So I'm going to click on preferences, and we see we have different options here. Tired mode we can invoke, and what it does is it slows the Asyst Touch system down by a factor of about 50%. So if some folks find that in the evenings they're tired, it's harder to work it, they'll just click on that, and the bouncing box will turn sort of a honey color, and it just goes much slower. So it's easier to do. Sticky cursor makes it such that the first item is a little bit longer pause than the subsequent ones. I'll turn that on just to show you what I'm talking about. So the pause there is longer than the subsequent pauses. So you'll see again, it's going to stop there. Bam, 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 bam. Pause longer. Bam, bam. We're going to turn that off. Okay, that's for people that have a hard time hitting the first item on a particular row. So that's what's called sticky cursor. Speed typing is what we had on when we're spelling out, when we're in spell mode. That's kind of a neat feature, and that we typically like to leave on. The signal, when you hit signal speak on, it speaks it as well as makes a noise. Speaking the medical menu, you can have it just visually light up the ones, or you can have it speak them as well. Speak the phrase menu. The system defaults to use a phrase item. So if I click on it, it will just use it. But if you want to just speak a particular phrase item, you can click on speak, and then it will directly speak that item when you click on it instead of using it. That's convenient if you are in a conversation and want to be conversational. So that's a good feature. Auto exit spell after spelling a word is a good feature. We like to leave that on typically. We can lock uppercase on if we want. That's really helpful for people that have vision problems. It's easier to read things in all caps from a distance. So if you have somebody whose vision is not so hot, that's a really great option. Auto add after spell offers to save a spelled word when you end your spelling mode. That's a good feature, but it allows people to really customize things the way they want them. On word selector error, this goes to the last visited words page. So these are some ways you can tweak it and trick it up to be just the way you want. We're going to go back to return here and go back to the previous menu, which takes us back to our options menu. Now we're going to take a look at the advanced settings menu. Some of the advanced settings, we have an alternate keyboard. This allows for, we have an alternate keyboard which does, the keyboard arrangement is done by the frequency of letter selection. So it's a little different arrangement than the typical alphabetical, but some people find that's faster. You can also set up an alternate keyboard. That's a user-defined keyboard. So if you find you want your own custom keyboard, you can set up your very own custom keyboard. Word prediction, you can turn that off or on depending upon how you want to work it. Appendix file automatically adds a revision number. So if you're doing a big document and you want to store it as version 1, version 2, version 3, you can have it automatically do that. Edit mode is our full-blown edit mode, which allows you to go in and edit a document. That's really nice to be able to go in and move around in a document and delete text or insert text. So that's good. Optional messages, the Are You Sure pop-ups. When we're first learning it, we like to leave that on where it asks us, are you sure you want to do this? Later on, when you become more of an expert, you can turn that off so it's not constantly asking you, are you sure? So, those are some of the advanced settings. We're going to go back to our options menu. About the software gives you a little bit about the software. Pause the software. This is a great screensaver, so if you want to just watch TV and you really don't want to work on it for a while, you can do this and it will just bounce that little screensaver around the screen. So that's how that operates. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. I'm going to click my switch to get out of this. So I click it and it says click once more to confirm. It takes me right back to my options menu. I'm going to click on return to go back. So there's return. Another advanced feature that I didn't cover is the remote option. What we can do here, I can click on remote and I can either control my television or go to the remote control menu. And here we could turn the alarm, hit alarm, and turn the alarm on or off. The system is capable of controlling up to 256 different appliances. So the environmental control remote control menu is pretty popular. We're going to hit return just to get out of here and go back. The last advanced feature that I want to show you is something that isn't designed for the person using the Asyst Touch. It's designed for somebody helping them out with it. If you hit and hold down the control key on the keyboard and hit F6, the F6 key, when I do that, you see a little bar appears at the top, and it says File, Tools, Setup, Help. What I can do is if I click on Help or Setup, we see it allows me to do many different advanced things. I can upgrade the Asyst key. That's an advanced feature. I can set the number of row scans if I want to be able to scan the rows several times before moving on to the next one. I can revert to a default file if this is some more advanced things that somebody helping out might be interested in doing. You can identify attached hardware. You can tell if there's a printer installed, so the Asyst Touch has the capability of printing out anything that you have installed. So you can identify the different hardware you have set up. Or I can click on Use Direct Select Mode. If I do that, I can hit Use Direct Select Mode, and we see I can now select things directly. So if I click on Converse, I can click on Yes.
Yes.
And it says yes. So anyways, I'll click on Return to go back here. I'm going to hit Control F6 again, and we're going to take a quick look at the Tools section up here. Tools allows me to adjust the bouncing box speed. It allows me to adjust the volume. It allows me to adjust the infrared code repeats for my TV controller if I need to. I can change the voice using this if I want, from a male to female voice. I can restore messages. There's all sorts of things I can do up here. So those are some things you can do from that menu up there. So that's the some of the more advanced features with the Asyst Touch system.